Rochester for Imperial Airways. Are Britain's stake in the forthcoming struggle? Years into the hour. Movietone aloft in a 150-mile-an-hour plane is soon outdistanced by the amazingly powerful flying boat. The first of the new Empire flying boats is on the slipway, a giant luxury liner of
The history of flight is the history of Dubai. Once, long ago, we ran before the wind and lifted ourselves up on the wings of a vision to see beyond horizons, to think beyond all possibilities, to salute the future. My grandfather told me that once, long ago, there was nothing more than a small village in a desert. And this village had better odds of melting into the sands than rising as a city. But it did. This is a story of transformation, courage, and vision. Sheikh Zayed began his rule in 1912, at a time when the pearl industry was still thriving. But by 1930, this had collapsed, and the Sheikh realized that his people would face poverty and uncertainty. Sheikh Zayed had to change their destiny and explore other opportunities.
لما صارت انكسار اللولو فلسوا.
Sheikh Zayed did not crumble in the face of misfortune. Instead, he rose to the challenge.
الشيخ سعيد رحمه الله يمثل جزء هام من تاريخ دبي، يعني من تاريخ العمران في دبي.
الشيخ سعيد كان معروف بالتقى والنزاهة والورع والحلم والشجاعة وقوة البصيرة.
At this time in history, a sand runway in Sharjah provided the only landing place in the Gulf for British planes. But things were about to change.
Big developments are pending on the world's air routes, and the new all-metal flying boats being built at Rochester for Imperial Airways are Britain's stake in the fourth...
إلين سنة 1937 هي البداية الحقيقية لإنشاء الطيران، باعتبار أن نزلت أول طائرة تجارية في خور دبي.
My grandfather once told me that when he was out in the desert, he heard a rumble in the sky. And then there was a big splash. This was the arrival of the first flying boat. The passengers had just undertaken a 4,000-mile trip from England to India in short hops. And one of the hops was Dubai.
دبي أول بلد في هذه المنطقة تأتي إليها الطائرات البحرية.
On the other side of the creek in Dera, there was a small jetty, which was known as BOAC Jetty. And the reason for that is that when the passengers landed from the flying boats at night, they landed on this small jetty.
The real purpose of these flying boats was not passengers, it was for mail.
In 1937, the British government approached the ruler of Dubai with a request for landing rights. They were willing to make small payments to the Sheikh so that the flying boats could land on the creek. After negotiations, Sheikh Said bin Maktoum Al Maktoum accepted the agreement, and the rest is history. Or should we say, the rest is the future. The destiny of the little Sheikhdom was about to change forever.
الشيخ سعيد وقع اتفاقية طيران مع بريطانيا بالرغم من المعارضة اللي كانت عند الآخرين أن الإنجليز بيتدخلون في شؤوننا بيتدخلون في بلدنا، ولكنه هو رأى أن هذا بيكون مصلحة للبلد وللشعب.
فتعتبر أول اتفاقية جوية مفتوحة بسماء مفتوح توقع من قبل أي دولتين في العالم.
إنشاء مطار في ذلك الوقت في عهد الشيخ سعيد بن مكتوم، هاي في الحقيقة يعني دليل على بعد نظر هذا الحاكم.
Over his lifetime, Sheikh Said ensured the growth of his nation and he nurtured the emergence of a modern city. By 1947, aviation technology had become more sophisticated. Planes could now fly further, and the hops and stops in the creek were no longer necessary. And what did this mean? The flying boats stopped landing in the creek. My grandfather said it would be years before the sounds of planes filled the skies of the emirate again. In 1958, Sheikh Said passed away, and Sheikh Rashid became the ruler of Dubai.
لما تولى الشيخ راشد تغيرت الأوضاع وصارت نظرة الشيخ راشد أوسع لأن البلد كبرت.
Sheikh Rashid was a ruler who would dream up a future and achieve it. He foresaw that the oil reserves would not last and he had to diversify the economy. He invested in ports, big industry, infrastructure, and building a global trading hub. To this end, Sheikh Rashid embarked on a string of challenges that was to shape Dubai. He taught his nation how today's possibilities were yesterday's impossibilities. He used to say, some men see things the way they are and say why. I see things that never were and say why not.
قام الشيخ راشد بن سعيد بإنشاء مطار على اليابسة.
It took 1 year to build the airport.
هاي المطار كان عبارة عن مبنى وعن مدرج. المدرج كان معمول من الطين والرمل المضغوط.
And then Sheikh Rashid inaugurated it on the 30th of September 1960.
قعد مقر الشيخ راشد بن سعيد المكتوم حاكم دبي في سنة 61. بدأت الحركة تزيد سنة عن سنة.
The airport project was so successful that in 1970 it was decided to expand the structure of Dubai Airport. Sheikh Rashid established Dubai as a hub of regional aviation.
فقام الشيخ راشد بن سعيد ببناء أول مطار حديث في 31 مايو من عام 1971. في ذاك الوقت كان في هناك من عارضوا هذه الفكرة، فكروا أن هذا المطار كبير جدا ودبي تريد تقريبا 50 إلى 100 سنة لكي تشغل هذا المطار.
Had this large terminal and no aeroplanes to speak of. People were classifying it as a white elephant.
But against the odds, aviation was growing. A mid-sized international airport was flourishing because Sheikh Rashid's open skies policy allowed any airline to fly in and land without restrictions. Sheikh Rashid's steadfast determination to enlarge the airport had been scorned, but it was proving to be a triumph. In 1985, Sheikh Rashid's son, Sheikh Mohammed, initiated the creation of an airline belonging to Dubai, and Emirates was born. With the two-plane fleet, Emirates took to the skies.
كان أول الفكرة إن نحن ننشئ شركة طيران تقوم بأشياء محلية فقط، يعني تربط منطقة الخليج بالمنطقة المجاورة. لكن سيدي صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن راشد قال أنا أريد شركة طيران عالمية.
So what we see today and what we'll see in the future is an airline that spans 5 continents. It's an airline that has become the envy and the talk of the aviation world. And it is an airline we'll recall and recount. There has been nothing like it in the history of civil aviation.
اليوم نحن في سنة 2012 طار دبي الدولي سيصل إن شاء الله إلى أكثر من 55 مليون مسافر.
The aviation industry is the vital heart of the economy, pumping lifeblood into the country and contributing 28% to Dubai's GDP. This is the fastest growing airport hub in the world that flourished into a phenomenon beyond imagination. With the addition of Fly Dubai in 2009, the vision is expanding. Dubai Airport will reach a capacity of 90 million travelers in the next 6 years. Since the Open Skies Agreement, over 170 bilateral air service agreements have been signed. These agreements, the majority being liberal, have secured traffic rights for all airlines in Dubai. And soon, the Al Maktoum International Airport in Jebel Ali will meet the requirements of the future, handling 160 million travelers by 2020.
مطار دبي يشكل عصب الحياة ليس لدبي وحدها ولكن للإمارات أيضا.
And I think the Open Skies agreement that was signed by Sheikh Zayed and the British government 75 years ago is a fantastic demonstration of what is great about Dubai.
الطيران هو الذي جاب الخير لدبي.
This is my city, burning bright in arcs of light and sweeps of spires. This is the land of dreamers, still rising on the wings of an age-old vision, where a sheikh once built his dream for a nation, to push the world to believe in the impossible, to rethink the achievable, beyond physics, beyond imagination. As we launch forward into uncharted space, we remember to look back with pride, honoring those who gave us this gift.